What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to my RP Life. I am your host, Juan. And before we get started, I just want to give you a little bit of a heads up. I got another special guest on today. But anyways, this is what we gonna do. I need you guys to go out there to the interweb and subscribe to my RP Life on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter and join my Facebook group, My RP Life Family and Friends. And you already know, like I say in every beginning of my podcast, Diva Deb, my beautiful queen, she's the main admin, and I'm the creator of it. So I have today a special guest. You might know her, some of you might know her, some of you might not know her, but some of you know her. Anyways, her name is Dina AKA Egyptian Princesa. That's princess for Spanish. And she's giggling right now in the background, and that's alright. But anyways, say what's up, Dina.
Hey, what's up, YouTube world? How y'all doing? Over here in California.
And shout outs to the people on the Anchor-majigger. Yeah, oh yeah, and one more thing before we even get started over here. Follow me on Anchor, peoples. We're everywhere where Anchor put me at, and you hear this voice over here, that's where you need to be. So,
and also, you guys really need to go ahead and click on that subscribe button for all of us blind people. It's go to your voiceover. Bottom right corner, there's this thing called subscribe. It's a huge letter thing. Subscribe. Right. Hit that subscribe button. Right next to it is called notification bell. Smash that notification bell.
Right.
Because this dude over here, he's a bomb.
Thank you, Dina. I appreciate your support, girl. Yeah. Okay, so
y'all need to do it. You really need to do it. We're not gonna continue this podcast unless you do it. And we're gonna give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you guys do it? Did you? Did you? Okay.
Oh my God, this is gonna be fun. And we just getting started, y'all. Alright, so she's an RP sister. For those of you who don't know what RP is, that's the name of my title, My RP Life, and she has RP. So Dina, let them know like how your vision is right now.
Well, right now it's not as steady as it used to be. I just lost maybe about 5 degrees, something like that. Don't quote me on it, but I have lost that vision within the past few months, maybe. But I only see what's in front of me. Of course, if you're an RP patient or follower, whatever, right. Y'all know that we can't see it all at night. Right. Don't have any peripheral vision, so you see what's in front of you, and that's pretty much how I can explain it. Or right. If you put a non-magnifying, what do you call those things? Or your hands, on your eyes, like so. That's the way that I see.
Oh, like a tunnel vision.
Yes.
Yeah, you got
much.
Tunnel vision, but you still have some central vision?
Just as much.
Okay.
It is what it is. It's a God-given gift.
I hear you, girl. I hear you. But it was similar to me too also, until just, I guess my RP affected both eyes at the same time, but one more quicker than the other at one point. But, my other question for you, girl, so you use a cane and a guide dog, or you just use one or either or?
I mean, either or. If I can't use my guide dog, I use my cane, but prefer my cane. Well, no, I would prefer my guide dog, although people would say that they would prefer their cane.
Right.
Not me. I like my guide dog. He's my best friend. He's my world. He's saved me from a lot of... I can talk on and on and on about my guide dog. He's saved me from a lot of weird situations and weird people.
Right. And then we're going to get into that also too. But before we do, like, can you, okay, so you're in the state of California, so I know things are different from there in New York, but like, was it difficult for you to do everything to receive your guide dog, or was it like, you know?
Oh my gosh, it's the paperwork. The paperwork was maybe 18 to 20 pages long.
Wow.
I'm not kidding. That thing is, you throw it on the table and you hear flop.
Wow. I can believe that. Shoot.
Yeah, no, there were some things that were missing. I needed to do orientation and mobility instruction. I got that out of the way, but you know, it was smooth sailing from there. And I was really nervous of filling it out. You know, my parents had to help me out with that.
Yeah.
But you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I really wanted to have a companion, and I wanted to have a guide dog really badly. It's worked out for the last 3.5 years, so I'm very happy, very happy.
Yeah, but it's also good to have him because as time goes on, you know, even though it's a long progressing, it takes time for RP to really like get really, really bad. But like,
yeah, that's true.
So
that's
like,
actually true.
So
it kind of, you know, for me, I've had it since I was 3, you know, and maybe within the past beforehand, you know, maybe before then, like 23 years, it has been stable.
Right.
But, you know, I'm also 43 years old now. So,
right.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to ask you your age because I wasn't going to get smacked over the back of the head. But
it's okay. 43. It's all right.
No, I know. I
can't smack you. I'm all the way in California.
Listen, girl, my mama always tell me you never ask a woman their age because they might just poke you in the eye or something like that. But,
I mean, I could fly over there and poke you one.
All right, so check it out. So, like, what I was gonna tell you, with your guide dog and stuff like that, but it's good for you to have him because one, he's also like a support animal too. So, like, because I know if you're going through a certain thing, you know, they're even though they're a guide dog, but to me, I also feel like they're a support animal because they're a dog. They have emotions and stuff like that.
No, you know? For real, for sure. It's for real. For sure. Okay. You can edit that out if you want. Just kidding.
No, this is all raw and uncut, girl.
Okay. But, yeah, if I'm really, let's say, just not depressed. Depressed is so in that stressed out or something like that, or I had a tough day. Right. Although this whole entire year has been tough. Yeah. He'll really pick up on it, and he'll have his head for all those blind people on my lap, like, and he'll look up at me with his chocolate brown eyes, and just like, what? Like what? Yeah. Like, really, mommy? Are you gonna be that dense? You're gonna be upset?
Not around me.
No. He's 5 years old and he's still a puppy.
Yeah. And what was the other question I had for you? Yeah. So if you feel comfortable talking about it, like how, because you had once told me that he's actually saved you a few times.
Oh my gosh, I could talk about this for hours and hours and hours.
Well, okay, we got the most is at least 2. Anything past that, then the it's gonna cut off on its own. But go ahead, girl.
Well, no, I don't have hours. You know, but in all actuality, yes, he has saved me from a couple of I wouldn't exactly say dangerous situations, but the first 2 months that I got him, we were walking to church. Luckily for me, church is only 15-minute walk. Not 15-minute, maybe about 5-10 minutes. 15 minutes, my butt. No. And we were just walking on the sidewalk, and I was giving him the command, like, Willis forward. We were at the curb, like literally at the edge of the curb. He didn't want to go to he disobeyed my command, right. Which is what do they call it? Like disobedience, something or other. There's a term for it, and I can't remember what it's called. And instead of taking me forward, to cross the street, he took me about 10 paces back on the sidewalk. It turned out that there was a DUI driver coming north from our street down.
Wow.
So, and he was coming fast, like Fast and Furious fast, like really, really fast.
He didn't do a Tokyo Drift or nothing, right?
What?
Tokyo Drift. You remember Tokyo Drift from Fast and the Furious when they started?
Oh yes, pretty much so. It was a fast car too. It wasn't anything like could have been a Ferrari. I don't know. I couldn't see. It was really fast.
All right. So go ahead, girl. My bad for cutting you off. Go ahead. Oh, that was it?
Oh yeah, but I praised him up and
yeah, you was hugging him and kissing him. You was hugging him and kissing him and giving him treats. Shoot.
Well, he's not supposed to get treats, but I was hugging and kissing him like, good job, good boy, loving on him. Yeah. I got him a puppuccino.
Right, a puppuccino. That's funny. But yeah, hold on. So you telling me that they got stuff over there for doggies? A
Starbucks. If you have.
Really? They do?
Oh gosh, yeah, it's free. I don't have to pay a penny. It's just whipped cream. And I only give my guide dog maybe once every few months or twice every few months. Give or take a few.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Sure. Alright, so what else I got for you? Okay. The cane thing, the guide dog thing, majig.
I can tell you also some weird stories.
About what?
Random people. Oh my gosh, some random people coming up to Willis, guide dog Willis, and just starting to pet him like unharnessed, like it was nothing. Like really, can't do that, especially if you're walking in the middle of a sidewalk with a four-way stop. It's ridiculous. I can tell you a numerous amount of times when I cussed the person out, pretty much though. I had to because it was dangerous, and there's a four-way stop with cars on the left, in front of me on the right. Of course I couldn't see that, and back of me, and they were honking the horns, and this guy just comes up next to me on my left, and starts petting him like it wasn't a care in the world. I'm like, really? Really? I have to take his hand. I said, do you see where we are now? We're in the middle of a crosswalk.
Wow.
Crazy. And he wasn't even paying attention. My guide dog Willis was not paying attention. He was paying attention to the guy. And so we stopped in the middle. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, because the guy distracted your dog. And that's the thing. That's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever's listening to me right now, when you see a person with a guide dog and they have their harness on, do not touch them, because I also know that, does your guide dog have like the printed thing to like says don't touch me, I'm working?
It's a patch, kind of like a backpack, but you slide it onto the harness handle itself, and it says ignore working guide dog.
Right.
And usually that actually works.
Right.
It does work, and people are more, I guess, in tune to it. I'm sitting here doing air quotes. Right. And they understand that he's a working guide dog.
Right.
But without the patch thingy, then they're like, oh, it's a dog. Let's pet. No, it's still a working dog, even with the harness on. But I have the patch for extra help, I guess.
Yeah, like an extra security saying that my dog's working right now, don't touch me. But yeah.
I even have another story. Talk about random. This one guy comes up, I was walking with my guide dog, and we're just walking, to get exercise, both him and I, because let's just face it, this pandemic has been let's just say chunky monkey.
Chunky monkey.
So we were walking about a mile and a half, coming home. Random guy comes up to us and says, so would you rather have a cane or a guide dog? And I had my guide dog at the time, and I'm like, really? In my head I said, what kind of a question is this? Who would you, I mean, I told Will, and I pointed to my left side. I said, well, what do you think?
Yeah, like,
I mean,
if you see the person with a guide dog, you should assume that, you know, that's what she prefers because she has the guide dog with her. Or if you see a person who has a guide dog and a cane, they prefer both. You know, because...
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I've seen people with both cane and guide dog.
Right, because even though the guide dog guides them, but not all the time, if there's a crack that's, you know, on the ground or the sidewalk's unleveled, you need to know about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I also trained my guide dog on cracks on the ground, so he knows when to stop.
Yeah, that's another thing I was going to ask you, like, when you went to the school to get the dog, like what kind of training did they give you to prepare you for the guide dog you was going to receive?
Well, I'll tell you, it was very vigorous. We had to wake up ugly in the morning, 6 a.m. And if anybody who knows me, I like to wake up at 7. That's still early. Probably not you, Juan. It was vigorous training, 6 a.m. wake-up call. We had the first 3 days, maybe 2.5 days. We would wake up at 6 a.m. With nothing to do for an hour until breakfast time, which is at 7. But I guess they wanted to wake us up just to get us, situated.
Right.
And so it was kind of weird. I was, waking up at 6 a.m. I remember the first few days, like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. We would go on these routes. They would take us on the, Guide Dogs of America. I'm plugging that in. Guide Dogs of America, Stillmar, California. They would take us on the buses, only like 8 of us, so it was just one bus and maybe a small car that belonged to the organization. And we would go from probably 8 a.m. to like lunchtime on these routes, and we would do that with the cane. First of all, with the cane, let me clarify that, with the cane, so that way we know the routes. Some of the dogs already knew the routes, so they knew where they were going.
Right.
Let's clarify, I didn't have the dog right away. That's why I'm saying they didn't give us the dogs right away when I clarified that.
So how long did it take you to go through that training? I said, how long did it take you to go through that training also?
It only took 3 days.
3 days? Oh, okay.
3 days max.
And how long did it take for you to receive your guide dog?
Well, Wednesday afternoon, that was the best day of my life. 1 o'clock, I think. We were all in our dorms. We had separate dorms. There was, one person to each dorm, or one person to each room. So, that was good. And we had, we just sat there, waited for our dogs, and I got the best English yellow lab in the country, in the world. He's the best day of my life. I remember the tears of joy that happened. When I first got him, my instructor and his trainer gave him to me, and we also had our harnesses, or not harnesses, leashes that they gave us, and it was just tears of happiness, just big tears, because I knew that he was going to help me out and throughout my life, and he really has. I'm not saying this just to say this, and I'm not saying that he's just a dog. To me, he's everything. He's my best friend.
Yeah, he's more than a guide dog. He's everything.
Yeah, he is. I mean, even when he's not working, he's just a dog at home.
Okay, so my other question for you, right, because I know you're in California, and for people who live in California that don't know, who would like to get a guide dog, do you have any suggestions where maybe to go?
Well, there's 2. Well, the ones that I know of is the one in Guide Dogs of America in Stillmar, California. That's about 30 minutes away from me.
Right.
Give or take. And there's one Guide Dogs of the Desert, and that's in Palm Springs, but they're usually closed in the summertime because summertime is very, 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 very hot there.
Yeah, it's probably real hot right now in California, huh?
But it's about 88 degrees. That's not really hot, but 95, 115, that's pushing it.
Yeah, I remember a few times you said you practically can fry eggs or something like that on the street.
Yes, but first you gotta put the butter on the sidewalk, and then you fry the egg. Literally, it actually works.
Okay, so that's good that you let the people know where they can go and stuff like that. And you can also check up on different websites how to get connected also.
There is a website known for what's the best guide dog school. Oh, I can't remember it now. Shoot. I'll have to go to the Facebook page. There's a Facebook page specifically known for it's called Guide Dog Handlers Network. And they're pretty knowledgeable. I'm plugging that into. They're very knowledgeable in what they're doing. It's just other guide dog users who got their dog from various places around the country, even around the world. You know, I think there's one in the UK, the United Kingdom, England. There's also one in Ireland, I think, but don't quote me on that one either. But yeah, it's just, you know, they're pretty knowledgeable. I think a little opinionated. Too much opinions sometimes when I ask questions there. But
yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. So guide dogs are not trained also to protect you. They're just trained to follow commands and stuff like that.
No, actually, they're trained to protect you. So let's just say I'm classing. Okay, we'll go with that. Well, crossing the street.
Yeah.
Crossing the street, and I didn't see a car coming. He'll stop, or take me back to the sidewalk.
Right.
Well, he won't be able to stop in the middle of a crosswalk.
Yeah, but he'll
take me back
try.
To the sidewalk.
Yeah, he'll try and back you up. Like you'll feel him backing up, so then you back up.
Yeah. He'll back me up, or kind of do he'll put his body in front of me, and just be like, nope.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Won't let you.
Right.
There's something in the way. You can't go.
Right. Yeah. That's he's smart. And they train them. I heard they train them since they're like little babies too, like to deal deal with noise and stuff like that.
Exactly. They have what they call puppy raisers. So the puppy raisers take the dogs at, I want to say 11 weeks. So that's like maybe 3 months old. Let's see. 2 months old, whatever, I don't know. And so they do like basic commands. They would already train the dog on the left side. And you know, like basic commands say, Willis sit, and the puppy would sit. Willis down, that kind of thing. Willis come, that kind of thing. So that way, when he's about, I believe, a year and a half, maybe a year, or 6 months even, they go back to the school to get officially trained.
Right.
Luckily for me, my guide dog, he was trained at like 18 months, and he was trained very quickly. He's very knowledgeable. Very, very good. He was trained maybe 5 to 6 months.
Okay. That's cool. I had another question while you was talking, and I totally forgot it. You believe this? I'm always doing this. Oh man, it was about the guide dog too. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Okay, so where you received your dog at, right? So like, do you always gotta come out of pocket now? Like for all that stuff that your guide dog needs, or do they still help you?
I don't know. They still help. You're talking about vet bills and stuff like that.
Right.
No. See, that's the best part about living near the guide dog school. Whether you're in California, whether in New York or the Midwest or whatever, if you're living near the school, then you just take your dog to the vet there.
Oh, okay.
You know, so because I'm only 30 minutes away. If somebody lives in New York, I'm just giving you an example. They live in New York, and I think the oldest guide dog school is in New Jersey. So what they would do, if you live there in New Jersey and you're 30 minutes away from there, you just take your dog. It's all free. That's the best part. About having a guide dog is the kennel. Like if I'm going to go away on a trip or something like that, and I can't take Willis, my guide dog. It's free room and board. I just give him his food and whatever medication he's supposed to take, and free vet visits. So let's just say if I'm away and I want him to go to the vet, they'll take him to the vet because it's in the facility there.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
I don't have to pay a pretty penny. I'll tell you that bills, oh boy.
Yeah, because I know a few people who's also said that they had trouble with their guide dogs at one point through the agencies, and they had to also come out of pocket and stuff like that instead of them helping them and stuff like that with their guide dog. But that's a totally different other story. Yeah, I have to get in contact with someone who I know is also a guide dog user. She has RP too, I think. Yeah, she has RP and some other type of eye condition, if I'm not mistaken. But what's the next question? So far we already got all of that out of the way. We joked around a little bit. What else? Oh yeah. So how's Poochie doing now? Because then he get an operation or something like that.
He did have operation. He did. I said operation, dude. He had an operation, yes, and it's well.
No, wait. Okay, so let's not use no foul language for the booty patootie.
It was an arse. Arse is not better than the other word.
Yeah, okay.
Arse.
Yeah, and he also wear an ice cream cone on his head so he don't touch none of that
He wore an ice cream. Oh my God, I was gonna snort.
I know his hearing with that thing around his neck. He should be getting like satellite signals from like outer space and stuff like that.
He'd be a beacon for satellite signals.
Right? Right? Shoot, for real.
Oh my God. No. Yeah, he had it on for maybe about a week. 1 week. And he was miserable, poor Pooch. He was so miserable. They cleaned his teeth. He was even miserable then because he couldn't chew his food.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure he lost a lot of weight.
Right.
No, he's doing good. He's a lot better.
That's good.
He's done. He's done the surgery or done it just good and over with.
Yes.
We thought that he had cancer, but it's not cancer.
That's
it was a swollen anal gland.
Yeah.
So they took out that little part behind his arse, if you will.
I hear you. Shoot. Yeah, because sometimes I'm thinking maybe because you know how some poochies, they end up dragging their booty patooties on the grass after they done.
Oh yeah, he kept on doing that. Before the surgery, like a couple months ago, maybe like 2 or 3 months ago, kept on doing that.
Yeah.
And his poopies were not that good.
Yeah.
So that was an indication. So I called. I was like, we need to have this looked in. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
And surgery like that, with a regular vet, that's pricey. I mean, I even checked around it. I think it was somewhere between Oh gosh, between $2,000 to $4,000, maybe $5,000.
Shoot. That's a lot of money.
And I said I'm not paying out of pocket. This is out of pocket.
Heck yeah. That's too much.
No.
So did you get him like, adult pull-ups and cut a hole through them and stuff like that? And, so you don't.
No, he caca.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying, girl. The reason why I say that is because, they like to drag their butt. Because if it's itching, you know what he's gonna do on the grass. He's gonna drag his butt. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Because if I was a dog, you ain't put a pamper on me, girl, I'm scratching my butt. That's what I do. Heck yeah. I'd be like, Mama, you can't, you got this cone around my neck. I can't eat no ice cream. I can't even lick myself. Like, come on, girl. Yeah.
You'll be like, Mama, I don't like you right now. I'm gonna scooch my butt.
Right? Shoot, girl. I would have had skid marks all over your carpet, girl. In your house.
Skid marks all over the sidewalk.
Right?
No, there was no diapers.
No, okay.
Just he had a regular tootie patootie.
Alright, that's good. But, hey, it is what it is. You gotta think about those things too. I should get him some adult Pampers. But,
what is it called? Poise?
What?
There is something called Poise or something like that. They're adult Pampers. Yeah.
I know the people who are listening right now saying these two are cray.
Yeah, we're crazy. Deal with it, people. Deal with it. Right. What you gonna
do? All right. So my next question is: everything for you is a lot more better now and easier with having a guide dog and going through everything you need to do, right?
Oh yeah, it's a lot more easier. It's a lot of work. And I always tell all people, I've had some people come up to me and say that they wanted to get a guide dog, and I just kept on saying, well, if you have the time, then that's great. If you don't have the time, then maybe a guide dog isn't worth your efforts,
Right.
But I don't mind the work. I don't mind getting what's the word? I don't mind giving it my all. That's because he's saved my life so many times.
Right, because you already
he's
built
done
that.
so much for me, and I feel like I haven't done anything for him.
Right, you build that. You build that bond, and throughout the years of being with him and him doing what he's supposed to do, brings you closer to him and him closer to you.
Yeah, it usually takes about a good 2 years to actually build that bond, and it's taken me till recently, not even a joke, a couple of months to actually build that bond. And yeah, I know it's been 3 years that I've had him, but it's just because it's weird. You have a harness with a dog attached to it, and so I'm for 20 years I've been used to having a guide, a cane, a guide dog. Not 20 years, no. Yeah. And that there is just, all of a sudden I attached with a guide dog. It's weird, but I wouldn't change it for anything really.
That's good. And even though I know it's better for you, but is it like a financial struggle sometimes? Because I know things can get expensive, like food, grooming.
Oh yeah, food.
Oh yeah, grooming. What about grooming? Also grooming?
Grooming? That's the best part.
Oh, okay.
I don't have to pay for it. I don't have to pay for it. Oh my. I don't have to pay for it because again I go to the school to get him groomed.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So again, make sure you guys are. If anybody who was very interested in getting a guide dog, make sure that you're close to the school that you want to go to, because it's either that or go on a plane and spending that kind of money on grooming, which believe me, I asked, and I have one that's close by to where I live, about 10-minute walk, and It's expensive. It's pricey. Probably about $50 to $80.
Wow. Sure. Cause I have a friend, right, who I have to try and get in contact with. She lives all the way in, I think, South Carolina. Yeah, I think it's South Carolina. And
you talking about Bama Blind?
Yes, that's what I was talking about.
Okay.
I was trying to surprise people, but thank you anyway.
Sorry.
Nah, it's cool.
Maybe they'll forget.
Nah, it's cool. Yeah, that's like my sister too. Like when I first started my YouTube channel, my RP Life, she was like one of my first subscribers and stuff.
Oh wow.
I'll tell you a story. I know you might have heard about it or might not have heard about it, but I'm gonna let the audience know too. Okay, so I did a video before I deleted my RP Life, and I showed her. Okay, so this is what it was. I went across the street by myself, and I live in New York City, and as you know, with the traffic noise and everything, she said to me when I did that video and she saw it, she said that motivated her to get over her fear, even though she has a guide dog, to get across a busy intersection. And so ever since then we built a friendship, and that's like a big sister to me and stuff. And I got to get in contact with her because I want her on my podcast too, because she's also a guide dog user. And
I know she has a German Shepherd, and
it's beautiful too. Before I lost my sight, when I was severely visually impaired, I got a chance to see what Gretchen looks like. And stuff like that.
She's beautiful, and you. I think you even told me that she doesn't like anybody else coming near her.
Nope.
Her dog.
Oh, that dog is a protector and a half. Well, a whole large. But anyway, because that's a big German Shepherd. And when that dog barks, it echoes. And I'm like, see, I got to get me one of those one day, you know? But,
yeah, they're fun. It's so funny. That's so funny that you mentioned that. It's so weird because my guide dog, he doesn't bark. Mm-hmm. So the first, was it, let's see, I got him in January, February. I think in March or April, we went on vacation for the first time. Mm. You know, any guide dog, any service dog, guide dog, not emotional support dog, because that's a whole different thing. Mm-hmm. They're allowed to go in a hotel.
Right.
So, I was taking a shower, and all of a sudden I hear this bark. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting here like, that better not be Willis, because I know Willis wouldn't do that, and I know that he's too quiet. He's too quiet. And then I came out of the shower. He barked again, and I was like, I looked around the corner. I hear him barking again, and I was like, dang. It was the bark that he has, because he's a very big dog, mm-hmm. 63 pounds to be exact. So he when he barks, it's just like shakes the house pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hear it through your bones, you know, that kind of bark.
Right.
So he's also too friendly, especially on harness.
Yeah.
Way too friendly. I'm like, you know, when you're working, boy, you're working.
Right.
Don't do anything stupid.
Like with her German Shepherd, when her dog is on it. Like anybody starts to approach, she's already staring at them with like a look, and if they approach too close, she'll bark on them, you know. And even bark and she barked, I think, one time at another dog at one time, because I don't remember the last video, but her dog Gretchen barked at a dog that was loose. You know what I'm saying? So Gretchen went to protect her, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was like, wow, I still gotta get me one.
You got, well, yeah, I would say that I really wanted a German Shepherd, but the thing is with German Shepherds is that they need a lot of exercise. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying, you know, like a walk in the park, mm-hmm. or like a walk in Central Park, which is, I think, 10 miles? Mm-hmm. that 10 miles, well, that would be a walk for them and a half.
Right.
And they need a lot of exercise. I'm not saying, throw the ball and there you go. No. Mm-mm. Those dogs need a lot of exercise.
And plus they're big dogs too,
I know.
You got some German Shepherds
I saw
that
one,
are big.
and she was a female. This was like what was it called? This was like when I was in Texas visiting my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
At 90 pounds for a female German Shepherd.
Wow, that's big. Wow. Yeah, that's a big dog.
Yeah, that's just a female German Shepherd, and I think a male German Shepherd would be like 100 and something. Don't quote me on that because they're huge. They're huge.
Yeah,
huge. I would have wanted a German Shepherd. That was my first thought, but then I'm like, I'm not. I mean, I walk, but don't get any ideas. I'm not walking 5 to 7 or 10 miles or whatever.
Right. Yeah, because I believe that what you said about German Shepherds reaching like 100 and certain pounds, because when I was a kid, one of my uncles had one, and he was huge. Like if he was to stand up on his hind legs, his head would touch pretty much the ceiling. So, yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. He was a pure German Shepherd. I'm talking about one of those real shaggy ones, but heavy set.
Oh, I saw this one guy. It was a guide dog German Shepherd, and it was a female, and she was all black, and she had this cute little pink, what do I call them, bandanas on her throat.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted one of those. My school actually got one. It got German Shepherds, and that's half of the reason why I wanted to go to the school, and not just because it's one of the best in California, but they really know how to train their dogs. They know how to train their dogs. I even had a couple of not bad experiences, but Willis was acting out a little bit. Mm-hmm. So they actually come to your home and do like in training. So
yeah, in home
like training. This was a year after I got him.
Yeah.
And they did a lot of what's the word? They did a lot of in-home training with me with Willis. They took him for 2 weeks first of all. Mm-hmm. They did like doggy camp or boot camp.
Right. Yeah. To make sure that he's doing everything he needs to do, and probably even learn some new stuff.
Yeah. So when they reintroduced us again, it was like night and day. But that's a work in progress. And a lot of people say that we're always training, and that's true. It's actually very true. You're always training your dog. You're always working together. When you make a mistake, we make the mistake together.
Right. But that's good that they come over to your house and they even trained him while you're there too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, after the 2-week hiatus that I had from him, it was one of those things where it was like, oh, okay, well, what am I going to do with myself? And then 2 weeks later, they come to the house from Silmar, California, and they'll train me for a good maybe 2 to 3 hours with him. And then I would keep him, and I can work him for a couple of days more, because they still needed to have people, trainers, to come with me to work with him better.
Right. Yeah, because you always want your dog to be on point, because sometimes, if you're not doing the same commands or you're teaching him some new stuff, you always have to have those trainers come in to get him doing even extra stuff also, to learn or even to remember some of the old stuff that they have taught him,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and and sometimes we also have to remember we also have a small yappy dog. He's a house dog. He's our house dog, and so he had some of the bad behaviors that Willis had taken from him. So that's a big no.
What kind of dog is the other dog?
Oh, he's a mutt. We got him from the shelter. He's Deshaun and Pomeranian. So he's small. He's about 16 pounds ish.
He's cute.
Yeah, he's dark brown. Dark brown, but he's very old. He's about 12 and a half years old.
You know what you should do sometimes? Because he's not heavy though, right?
Oh, but not Willis. Willis is a heavy. He's not. But he doesn't like to be picked up because he's old.
Because I was gonna say maybe you can put like an attachment onto the harness and stuff like that. So when you're with the guide dog, your dog, then you can probably stuff him up on top or something, or like on the side, and take him out for a little breeze and stuff.
That's not a bad idea. Let me know where I can find one for carrying another dog.
Right. Shoot, that's an idea for like say someone got a Chihuahua and it's old. You know what I'm saying? But you want to take them out. You put a little pouch on the side of that thing with your guide dog. Put a little Chihuahua up in there. You know, be like Chihuahua in a pocket. Yeah, it'd be like you can't. Then you put a sign on him, and you be like, you can't touch the guide dog, but you can pet me. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be like a substitute.
That's not a bad idea.
It'll be like a substitute for like leave my guide dog alone. He working.
But you can pet me.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Right. Put little flashing lights on him and stuff with a little.
Oh my God, I'm gonna snort. Don't do it.
Put a little flashing lights on him with a little arrow pointing. Touch me.
Flashlight. I thought you meant flashcards.
Nah, like a little neon light with an arrow attached to him and stuff.
Oh my God.
It starts flashing.
Great. Those, like, pet me.
Put like little baby.
Oh, that's great.
Put like a little baby sunglasses on him and stuff. Make it look like he's chilling out.
Oh my God, that's great. Yep. Pet me. Don't pet the guide dog. Pet me.
Oh man. You're right over there. All right. Dina, you got anything else to say? Cause I'm about to cut it.
You're about to cut it? You mean cut the cheese?
Oh my God. No, the podcast and stuff. Cause we're about.
I know what you meant.
We're almost about like an hour in.
No, just that you see a guide dog, make sure I'm the kind of person, if somebody asks me to pet him, I'll either say yes or I'll say no. And most of the time it's no. Actually, all the time it's no. I don't like people touching him without telling me. But it's just a common courtesy, people, that it is okay to ask if your dog can be pet. And again, most of the time I'm just gonna tell you no. But it's just common courtesy. Don't just come up to a blind person's guide dog and start petting it without asking, because we don't know what we're doing. I could be in the middle of a crosswalk, or in the middle of the street rather, and walking, and you're sitting here petting the dog without my consent and in a dangerous situation. Just common courtesy.
Right.
And that's all I got.
I hear you. Thanks for letting them know that. And also because, we're blind and visually impaired, and we can't see you approaching us. So Common sense should tell the people who can see, if you see a harness on a guide dog, don't touch them. Because they have all that written on their harnesses and everything. Don't touch me, I'm at work. And they also have other stuff on there too.
And also, service dogs. My cousin, she has a service dog. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's a multitasking dog. Mm-hmm. But it says on the badge, please don't pet. I'm a working guide, working service dog.
Hold on,
so
you just said
common courtesy. Just common courtesy.
Yeah.
Come up to us. You can talk to us first, and then let us know if it's okay to pet the dog, and if he's having a great day and everything's going fine. I'll let you pet him for sure. But if he's kind of grumpy and didn't do such a good job, I'll tell them no, he's not having a good day, and I'm not letting people pet him.
Right. And I want to get back real quick before we sign out here. You just said who was it? Your family member or friend who has
my cousin. Your
cousin who has a support animal?
That's not support. It's an actual working service dog.
Oh, because you say he multitasks, so you tell him.
Well, she has multiple, not injuries, disabilities.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you meant I'm not trying to crack a joke, but I had to crack a joke when you said multitask. So I assumed that you were saying the dog had a cell phone and was on the internet and stuff like that.
I mean, he could carry a cell phone in his bag.
Yeah.
In his
in his pouch and stuff like that, right?
Thing, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. No, I would just, but that's good though. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is gonna end up being a 2-hour-long podcast. I said I was about to sign out 5-10 minutes ago, but But
hey.
See, this is what I like because you got different types of dogs that are trained for different things, and they have these things on them, these vests and all of that stuff to let people know what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You got your emotional support animal, which is not considered a real service dog, people. Mm-hmm. Those are not real service dogs. Mm-hmm. A service dog is... Oh, I got another story for you. Mm-hmm. Huh. Okay, so I was walking in the mall just a couple weeks ago, actually, and you messaged me about the podcast that you wanted to do.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and I saw a fake service dog. Just crazy. Wow. I don't even know if it was a fake service dog, to be honest with you, but Willis was cool, calm, and collected. This other dog, I think he was the same breed as him, but I couldn't see it.
Yeah,
don't know.
You can't really tell unless you're really close up on him.
Yeah, so this other dog wanted to say hi to him, and I was like, this is, against the law. If mall security saw you, they'd probably kick the team out, is what they call them. Mm-hmm. But I didn't really say anything because it was a hide-by kind of type of situation.
Right.
So we kind of did a flyby. Mm-hmm. But it's a common courtesy. You see another service dog, and it's a fake service dog, and you'll know because these dogs are they start yapping at the other dog, and the other dog is trying to ignore it and trying to do his work,
Right.
It's just common courtesy, that's all. You don't bring another dog inside a mall. Don't bring him into a restaurant. Don't do anything stupid,
Yeah, and I also heard that in certain states, if I'm not mistaken, there's another friend that I have who's a YouTuber. He'll probably correct me if I'm wrong, if he hears this, but I think he's in Arizona, and he did a video one time talking about how his dog was attacked, and he has a real guide dog from a school, and his dog was attacked on his campus, and this other person who had a supposedly fake guide dog attacked his dog, and stuff like that out of nowhere.
That is one of my biggest fears. And I've not gotten to that point, but that is my biggest fear.
And that's
those fake service dogs. You don't know what you're dealing with against. You have to be proactive or whatever. And this is the biggest thing in my life. And I don't even. If anything happens to Willis, I can do like a lawsuit with the fake service dog and the handler.
Right.
I can't do it, because it's wrongful doing, you're tagging a service dog, which is like a federal offense, pretty much.
Yeah, they got a law, I think, I'm gonna have to research this. Let me not even say it because I don't want to give false information.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so... Yeah, it's just cray. That's a whole other podcast. I'm gonna have to get in contact with them too, because I really want to interview both of them. All right. See, this is why I got a lot of YouTube friends. so if I ever want to bring them onto my podcast, I'd be like, "Yo, what you doing? Oh, you not doing nothing? You want to come over here and be on the podcast?" But yeah. Well, I'm gonna end this podcast, Dina.
Okay.
All right. So here we go, y'all. Thank you.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe to his channel. It's a big notification bell. Hit the notification bell to get notified every single time you post a channel on his channel. And hit the subscribe button. You gotta do that first, and then the notification bell.
Thank you, Dina. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. It's a wrap. Subscribe to my RP Life on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter. Join my Facebook group. Join my Facebook group. My RP Life Family and Friends is ran by my beautiful diva Deb. She's the main admin. Like I always say, I love you, baby. God bless you. And I'm out of here. So peace out. Oh yeah, one more thing. Thank you, Dina, Egyptian Princess, for being on my podcast, and you're welcome anytime, girl.
Oh, shucks. Thank you.